But for the people attending the first Flat Earth International Conference here in Cary, North Carolina, their Earth is indisputably not round.
Yeah, everybody here can agree on absolutely one thing, which is it is not a globe.
For centuries, a flat Earth was accepted as certainty until science and sailboats said otherwise.
Imagine people laugh when you say the Earth is flat. A chorus of chuckles, a symphony of scoffs. This has been the tune played for those who dare to question the shape of our world. It's a tune as old as time, a melody as eternal as the stars themselves. Yet there have always been those who dared to dance to this discordant rhythm, those who dared to question the established norms. Take a moment to remember Samuel Rowbotham, a man of the 19th century. He was not just a figure in history, but a pioneer, a trailblazer, a man who faced the laughter head on. Rowbotham didn't let the laughter deter him. No, he used it as fuel, a driving force to further his research, to dig deeper into his beliefs. In the face of such scorn, it takes a special kind of courage to stand by your convictions. A courage that is born not from stubbornness, but from an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, a burning desire to question, to probe, and to challenge the status quo. The laughter echoes through the halls of history, bouncing off the walls of time, a constant reminder of the ridicule endured by those who dare to think differently. Yet, the flat earth believers do not cower. They do not flinch. They are not deterred. They stand tall, steadfast in their beliefs, resolute in their pursuit of truth. It's easy to laugh at what we don't understand, to dismiss what challenges our perceptions. But isn't it the mark of true intelligence to question, to seek answers, to never settle for the known? Isn't it the essence of progress to continually challenge the status quo, to relentlessly push the boundaries of our understanding? So let them laugh, let them scoff, let them dismiss the idea of a flat earth as absurd, as ludicrous, as preposterous. Yet the brave souls who dare to question, who dare to seek the truth, they know something that the rest of us don't. They know that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Sometimes the most outrageous ideas turn out to be the most profound ones. But what if the laughter was misplaced? The flat earth theory, unpalatable for many, yet harboring intriguing possibilities. There's an undeniable allure to the forbidden fruit of knowledge that goes against the grain. But why is the flat earth theory so unpopular? Well, it's not hard to see why. Over centuries, the scientific community has built a consensus. The earth is round. This consensus is taught in schools, it's in our textbooks, and it's the foundation of our understanding of the world. It's so deeply ingrained in our collective psyche that to challenge it is to challenge the very fabric of our reality. Yet there's something inherently human about questioning the status quo. It's the spark that ignited the Renaissance, pushed us to the moon, and continues to drive scientific discovery. But when it comes to the shape of our planet, this spark of curiosity often meets a wall of resistance. You see, consensus can be a powerful thing. It can unite us, guide us, but it can also intimidate. It can make us afraid to voice our questions, our doubts. It can make us feel alone, ostracized, even foolish for daring to think differently. And when it comes to the flat earth theory, this fear of ridicule and isolation can silence even the most curious among us. But what if we set this fear aside? What if we dared to ask the uncomfortable questions? What if we entertained the possibility that our understanding of the world is incomplete or even flawed? It's a daunting thought, isn't it? Let's not forget there was a time when the earth being round was the unpopular theory, when those who dared to suggest it faced scorn and ridicule. But they persisted, they questioned, they sought the truth. So is the earth really round as they claim? Pseudoscience, they call it, but is it really? That's the question we pose today as we delve into the world of flat earth beliefs, often dismissed as mere pseudoscience. This isn't a new phenomenon. In the rollicking waves of the 19th century, figures like Samuel Rowbotham were raising eyebrows and sparking debates. They presented a different perspective on our world, a perspective that didn't sit well with the established scientific consensus. But they weren't alone. Organizations like the Zetetic Society and the Flat Earth Society sprang up, supporting these views and giving them a platform. These societies have been tagged with the label of pseudoscience, a term that's come to be synonymous with illogical, unproven, or simply ridiculous theories. But is this label fair? Or is it a convenient way to suppress dissent, to silence voices that dare to question the status quo. Pseudoscience, by definition, is a collection of beliefs or practices mistakenly regarded as being based on the scientific method. But when it comes to flat Earth beliefs, are they truly mistaken? The proponents of these theories argue with a fervor that can't be ignored. They aren't just making wild claims, they're presenting arguments, asking questions, challenging accepted truths. The Flat Earth Society, the Zetetic Society, and others like them aren't just about promoting a different view of the Earth. They're about promoting a different way of thinking, a way that encourages questioning and skepticism. In an age where information is so easily accessible, isn't it our duty to question, to explore, to seek out our own truth? So we come back to our original question: is it pseudoscience, or is it a suppressed truth? Maybe it's not about finding a definitive answer. Maybe it's about starting a conversation, about challenging our perceptions and pushing the boundaries of our understanding. After all, isn't that what science is all about? The good book, they say, speaks of a flat Earth. Now this is where things get fascinating. Proponents of a flat Earth often turn to religious texts as evidence, claiming that these ancient scriptures echo their belief. This isn't something we can dismiss outright. These texts, after all, have been guiding people's lives for thousands of years. The Bible, for instance, has passages that, when read literally, seem to suggest a flat Earth. Certain verses speak of the Earth's four corners, or describe it as immovable. Some flat Earth believers see this as clear endorsement of their view. But is it? Or are we dealing with metaphors, allegorical language that shouldn't be taken literally? Similarly, in the Quran, there are verses that speak of the Earth as spread out. A literal interpretation could lead one to envision a flat Earth. But again, context is key. Are we missing something? A deeper understanding, perhaps, when we take these words at face value? These religious texts have stood the test of time. Is it possible that they contain knowledge that science has yet to discover? Could they be pointing to truths that are beyond our current comprehension, truths that we're only beginning to grasp? But let's not get carried away. It's crucial to remember that religious texts are not scientific documents. They were written in a different era, when people had a different understanding of the world. They used language and imagery that made sense to them in their time. However, this doesn't mean we should dismiss these texts. Quite the contrary, we should continue to explore them, to question them, to seek the wisdom they might hold. We should be open to the possibility that they may have something important to tell us, even about the shape of our world. So as we delve deeper into this mystery, we're left with a question that lingers in our minds. Are these texts merely old tales, or do they hide profound truths? The laughter fades when the questions begin. Now let's delve into the mysteries that still linger, the questions that the flat Earth theories raise. They are questions that, when asked, cause the echoes of laughter to slowly diminish, replaced with a silence filled with curiosity and wonder. For instance, why does the horizon always appear flat to the naked eye, no matter how high up you go? You could be standing on a beach or soaring above the clouds in an airplane. The horizon remains stubbornly level. The scientific consensus chalks it up to the vastness of the Earth compared to our limited field of view. But is that explanation truly satisfying? Then there's the question about the movement of the stars. Why do they seem to rotate around Polaris, the North Star, in a predictable circular pattern? The accepted explanation is that Earth's rotation causes this apparent motion. Yet, couldn't this also be explained by a flat Earth with a rotating dome of stars above? And what about the flights in the southern hemisphere that seem to take inexplicably long routes? Is it because the airlines are in on a global conspiracy? Or could it be that the Earth isn't spherical after all? The point is, there are questions that flat Earth theories raise, which the scientific consensus might not have satisfactory answers for. And it's okay to ask these questions. It's okay to challenge the status quo. After all, that's how science progresses, by questioning, by testing, by exploring the unknown. So, could the Earth be flat? Well, perhaps it's not as ridiculous a notion as it first seems. Maybe there are aspects of our world that we've yet to fully understand. Maybe there are discoveries waiting to be made that could turn our understanding of the universe on its head. So, they laughed at the flat Earth until these discoveries were made.